All right, open up your IN, and we're going to do the SOHCAHTOA quiz review. Go ahead and draw your first triangle. Now we're going to label the parts of the triangle. We're going to draw our first arrow out of the right angle. That is our hypotenuse. And then we're going to be finding the sine of angle A, so we're going to draw our second arrow out of angle A, and that points to our opposite side. And our last side is our adjacent side. So let's find the sine of A. Sine of A is going to equal the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse side. The opposite side is 42. And the hypotenuse is 58. We're going to go ahead and simplify that down to 21 over 29. Change that to a decimal, and that's going to give us decimal 7241. For cosine, we're going to be working with our adjacent side divided by our hypotenuse. Our adjacent side is going to be 40 over our hypotenuse, which is going to be 58. We're going to simplify that down to 20 over 29. And then our decimal is going to be decimal 6897. For tangent, tangent is the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. Our opposite side is going to be 42. Our adjacent side is going to be 40. We're going to simplify that to 21 over 20. And then our decimal is going to be decimal 10500. All right, we're going to draw that same exact triangle again. And now we're working with angle C. So our arrow comes out of the right angle. This is our hypotenuse. Now we're working with angle C, so our arrow is going to come out of angle C. This is going to be our opposite, and our last side is going to be our adjacent. Every triangle has two arrows and an H, O, and A. For the sine of C, we're going to take opposite over hypotenuse. So our opposite is going to be 40 over our hypotenuse, which is going to be 58. That simplifies down to 20 over 29. And our decimal is going to be decimal 6897. For cosine C, our cosine is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. So that's going to be 42 divided by 58. We're going to simplify that to 21 over 29. And our decimal is going to be 0.7241. For tangent, it's going to be our opposite divided by our adjacent, which is going to be 40 divided by 42, which simplifies down to 20 divided by 21, and our decimal is going to be decimal 9524. Using the calculator, you're going to go ahead and just press your trig button, select sine, put 21 degrees in, and our decimal is going to be decimal 3584. Go to your calculator, select the trig button, select cosine, put your 43 degrees in, and the decimal is going to be 0.7314. Go to your calculator, press the trig button. You're going to select tan 89, and your decimal is going to be 57.2900. Find the missing side. So the first thing that we're going to do is label our triangles. So we're going to draw our arrow out of the right angle. That is our hypotenuse. They give us a 75-degree angle, so we're going to draw the arrow out of that. That is going to be our opposite side, and then our adjacent. Now we look at what we've been given. We've been given a 75-degree angle. We also have been given a variable on our A side and a value on our O side, so we're working with O and A. That means with SOHCAHTOA, S-O-H-C-A-H-T-O-A, that means I'm going to be doing the tan. So I'm going to take the tangent of 75 degrees is equal to, the value for O is 51, and the variable for A is X. I'm going to put this over 1, and I'm going to butterfly. When I butterfly, I'm going to get tan 75 degrees times x is equal to 51. Opposite of multiplication is division, so I'm going to divide by the tangent of 75 degrees, because remember that's really just a 4-digit decimal. Divide by the tangent of 75 degrees. X is going to equal 13.7. All right, we're finding the x of this triangle, so we're going to go ahead and label our sides. We're going to draw our arrow out of our right angle. That is our hypotenuse. We're going to draw the arrow out of the angle that they gave us, which is 51 degrees, and that is my opposite side. And then I have my adjacent side. Now I'm going to look at what they've given me. They've given me 51 degrees, and then I have a value on my O, and I have an X on my H side. So I have O and H. Again, for SOHCAHTOA, O and H means I'm going to need to use my sign. So I'm going to do the sine of 51 degrees is equal to, the value for the O side is 81. The value for the H side is x. I'm going to get this ready to butterfly by putting sine of 51 over 1, and I'm going to butterfly. So this is going to be the sine of 51 degrees times x is equal to 81. This is multiplication, so I'm going to divide by the sine of 51 degrees, divide by the sine of 51 degrees, and I'm going to have x is equal to, so x is going to equal 104.2. And now you've reviewed for your quiz.